This guitar has some issues with the electronics. One of the things is that the cable isn't being held in place, so we're gonna have to fix that. Super easy to do. And another thing is that the volume control doesn't really work. You get a sort of out of phase almost thing going. Instead, you put it to one side and it's like your guitar is supposed to sound. You put it to the other sound and it sounds a little bit weird and thinner, but the volume hasn't changed. So that's actually maybe the most common problem. So we're gonna go into the guitar now and take a look. I first have to just take this guitar apart. So let me just do that real quickly and we'll be back. Okay, so the first thing is the jack here. And as you probably can tell, it's been bent too much, so we have to just press it back into place like this. And just, yeah, make sure that you don't overbend it so that it breaks, because then you have to switch it out. The best thing to do, this is like a cheap crap jack. So the best thing to do is switch it out for something that is better and that will not be so easily destroyed. But I don't have a jack to replace this with, so we're just gonna do that for now. Okay, the next thing is here on the soldering with the volume. Now, the issue that I was talking about has to do with the leg that is bent back. So if we look at another pot like this one right here, usually the volume will have 3 legs and one is bent back like this and soldered back to the back casing. Or you will have a connection with a piece of wire or something that bridge those. And on this one, I hope you can see it. It's a little bit hard to show, but right there you can see the leg. And it has a tiny little leg from a resistor or something right there. And if we poke at it a little bit, I doubt that you'll be able to tell, but you maybe can hear it. It's not connected any longer, it's broken loose. And so what we need to do is just take our soldering iron and we heat it up and we put a little bit of tin on the tip and we just put in some new solder in here and reflow that connection to make sure everything is super connected. And I'm even gonna overdo it just a tiny bit, not much at all, but just to make sure everything has a nice and solid connection. And so now, once it's cooled down, I'm gonna just touch it a little bit and make sure that it's not wiggling around. Just poke at it a little bit like this. And then I'm gonna take my multimeter, this thing. I put it to continuity mode, which you can see right there. It's that little mark right there. And that means that when these tips are touching, you get a sound. And that means that we can check and see if things are grounded by just checking and see if they are connected. So for example, if I hold this one here and I touch this, we should get a sound. And if I hold this here and I touch this leg where we just put down, you know, a little bit of solder, I should also get a sound. So it seems like everything is nice. And that's super easy. I really mean it. Super easy. And now we can just put this back into the guitar and everything should be fine and awesome and cool, and we should just be able to play our guitar and have fun. And the volume control should work again. Okay, well, here's the guitar right now, and here's the volume pot, and hopefully it works. We can plug it in and see what happens. I can play the guitar, and with the volume down, there is nothing. And then I can slowly bring it in. Maybe a little bit more. Maybe a little bit more. And then here's full volume. Yeah, there you have it. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope this helped and that you learned something. If you have a guitar that you think is broken and you need to throw it away, open it up and see if you can just reheat some of the ground connections or lead connections and reflow the solder, and maybe the guitar will come back to life. Most likely it will come back to life. And you don't need to know how to solder in order to be able to do these things. So yeah, obviously you need a soldering iron and a little bit of solder to do it, but it's fairly inexpensive, and once you've bought a soldering iron and a roll of solder, it'll last a long time. And so yeah, I hope this helped. Anyway, until next time. Stay awesome and cool and go and fix your guitar. It needs some love.